So you are here probably because you're pretty skinny and you don't want to be skinny anymore. You want to be jacked and you want to put on some muscle. Okay, so today I'm going to give you a few steps that you need to take to build muscle. Now, if you don't know me, my name is John. I've been training for the last 4 years, and in that time I've put on around 25 kilograms of lean muscle. The past year or so I've been in a maintenance phase, so I'm kind of staying at the same level, but I've done my fair share of bulking and picking up weight. Okay, so gaining weight is actually very, very simple. It's just not that easy to do. So I'm going to start by debunking a few myths about gaining weight and bulking up, and then I'll take you through the steps that you need to take action on and that you can take action on today for you to get jacked. Okay, so first off, there isn't a best diet for you to follow. Okay, so there's keto, carnivore, vegan, whatever, right? There's a bunch of diets out there, and there isn't a best diet. The only thing that really matters, other than obviously you need healthy food so your body is healthy, but if we just look at gaining weight, you just need to eat in a calorie surplus, and you need to make sure you consume enough protein. Okay, enough protein would be 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. Okay, so if you weigh 160 pounds, then you need to consume 160 grams of protein every single day if you want to build muscle. Okay, otherwise, if you just eat a bunch of calories but you don't get enough protein, you're more than likely going to get fat and not really build muscle. The other thing is, it's not about your metabolism. Okay, I hear a lot of guys say, no, but I can't gain weight because I've got a very quick metabolism and wada. I know those things play a role, but at the end of the day, if you consume more calories than you burn, aka you're in a surplus, you are going to gain weight. Okay, no matter how fast your metabolism is. So let's quickly go through the steps that you need to take so you can actually gain some muscle and get jacked. Okay, so the first thing is start tracking your calories, at least just for in the beginning. For a big period of my life, I didn't actually track my calories. A lot of times when I'm in a bulk, when I'm trying to gain weight, I don't really track my calories because I just eat a lot of food. And I know my body so well that I don't really have to look at every single calorie. I just look at the scale and I look at my strength in the gym. So for you, I would recommend that you start tracking your calories because you probably don't know your body that well. So it would be better for you to track your calories, see how many calories different foods actually have, and you're going to make sure that you hit your macros. In other words, you get enough protein and carbs and fats. Okay, the carbs and the fats aren't that important, although when you bulk or when you want to gain muscle, you want to make sure you get enough carbs as well, because carbs are anabolic. So if you don't get enough carbs, you're still going to gain weight. If you have enough protein, you'll still build muscle, but eating enough carbs will give you more energy and it's going to help you build muscle a bit quicker. Okay, so that is the first thing. Start tracking your calories so you can make sure you eat enough. Next thing is eat in a surplus. That's pretty obvious, and that links to the first thing, which is tracking your calories. Obviously, it's going to be hard for you to eat in a surplus if you don't track your calories because you won't know how much to eat. So go calculate your total daily energy expenditure. That's basically the total amount of calories that you burn in a day on average. There's a bunch of calculators on the internet. You can just go and search calculator.net and you'll find a calculator to help you with that. And then you make sure you eat in a surplus. So depending on how skinny you are, I would recommend eating 500 to maximum 1,000 calorie surplus. Now, I wouldn't recommend 1,000 calories for most people, so I would recommend starting with 500 to 750. And then if you still struggle to gain weight, then you can add more calories to your surplus. Obviously, don't do that after a day or two. Give yourself a few weeks before you make a decision, and then you can add more if it's necessary. Also remember, really important to eat enough protein if you want to gain muscle. Okay, and then the next thing is lifting heavy weights at least 3 times a week. Okay, so what I mean by lifting heavy weights is actually lifting heavy weights, right? You can't just go to the gym and run on the treadmill or paddle the bike or row the rower for 30 minutes 3 times a week and expect to build a lot of muscle. You want to lift heavy weights. And when I say heavy weights, I'm talking about 6 to 10 reps, and then you have to fail, right? You can't do 6 to 10 reps and then still have another 5 or 6 reps in you. If you take a weight and you do 6 reps with it and your 6th rep is your last rep, you can't do another one, that is perfect. 7, 8, 9, 10, right? You can stay in that range, 6 to 10. You want to be within 1 to 2 reps of failure. You don't have to train till failure every single time. So if you do 8 reps, but you could have, if you really, really pushed yourself, made 10 reps, that's also fine. Okay. So that is what I mean by lifting heavy weights. And you want to do that 3 times a week for your entire body. Otherwise, if you eat more than you burn, and then you're going to get fat if you don't actually lift weights. You're not going to build muscle. You're just going to put on a bunch of fat. Okay, so make sure you train at least 3 times a week for, I would say, 1 hour each day, and you'll see some great results. So I hope that makes it clear for you guys. I don't want to overcomplicate this. Gaining weight, building muscle is very, very simple. Make sure you eat in a surplus by tracking your calories and monitoring your diet, and then train heavy weights at least 3 times a week. Give it a few weeks. You'll see great results by doing that if you just stay consistent and actually do the things that I told you to do. It doesn't help you tell yourself, yeah, I train 3 times a week, but then you only train once a week and you only track your calories once or twice in a week. That's not going to work. You have to be consistent with this. I'm not saying you can never, take a cheat day or something. Once or twice a week is totally fine. Just make sure you hit your calories most of the times, and on the days that you don't track, you can rather eat a bit more if you're on a bulk. Obviously, if you're overweight, you don't want to do that because then you're just going to get even more overweight. But if you're trying to gain weight on a Saturday when you don't track your calories, for instance, just make sure you eat enough, eat a lot, and make sure you hit your 3 workouts each week. You'll do amazing, you'll see great results, and you'll thank yourself later. I really hope that this gave you a clear idea of what you actually need to do if you want to gain weight. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below, or you can send me a DM on Instagram. I'll link all of my social profiles and so on in the description. But other than that, thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.